This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. I want a bag of Canton noodles, so I'm going to make a chicken noodle stir fry using Canton noodles. So it's going to be Canton chicken noodle stir fry. So these are the main ingredients we'll be using. So we've got a cup of celery, a cup of chopped onions, half a cup of red peppers, half a cup of green peppers, a cup of chopped green onions, and 2 tablespoons of chopped ginger and garlic. You can use any kind of chicken for this dish, but we'll be using thighs. Thighs are pretty moist, so you don't need to marinate them. We'll be using 2 thighs for this recipe. Just cut the chicken into slices, so I'm going to keep the chicken in fairly large slices. First, you preheat your wok at medium heat. Put about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil in there. So then you put your aromatics in there. So you have the ginger and the garlic. So then we have the onions and the celery. Onion and celery are also aromatics, so when you turn on the heat, they'll bring out the flavor. Then you add 1 teaspoon of salt. I also like to add sesame oil. So sesame oil has a nice fragrance. And then continue to stir fry the veggies. I'm going to turn the heat on to high right now. So I'll add another tablespoon of cooking oil into the wok. And then put your chicken in. I've got about 5 or 6 ounces of sliced chicken. These are thighs. Let the chicken sear briefly. Get a nice sear going. So now you mix all the veggies in with the chicken. So you got all the aromatics infusing all the flavor in your chicken. The chicken is cooked about 3/4 of the way through, so I'm going to take off the chicken right now and we'll put it back in later. Now I'm going to keep the wok at high heat. I'm going to put in the red pepper and the green pepper. So now you put the package of noodles in. So these noodles, I think, are baked in the old days. They used to be deep fried. So these are the old style Canton noodles. There's quite a bit of noodles there, but I'm going to put about maybe 3 cups of water. So I boiled some water, so when I put it in, it's already hot. So you make sure all the noodles are submerged in the water. So if you want the noodles more tender, just keep it in the water or add a little more water. But I like my noodles fairly chewy. You're going to add about a tablespoon of light soy sauce. About a tablespoon, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oyster flavor sauce in there. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt. or more if you like. So give the noodles a final turn before you put the cornstarch solution in there. So I've got a tablespoon of cornstarch in a 1/3 cup of water. So I'm going to put that in just to thicken the sauce. So as you can see, the juices here, the cornstarch will make it thick. So make sure it's all covered nicely. So you got a light coating of sauce for the noodles. So I'm going to add back the chicken and the celery and the onions. So this way you add it back so the chicken doesn't overcook and the veggies are still fairly crispy. So just give that a good mix. Give the noodles a final stir fry, final mix. So just before I take off the noodles, I got some green onions to put in there. This is nice for color and also for taste. So mix the green onions in there. So I put the green onions in just before I serve. There you have it. Chicken chow mein, Canton style. Enjoy.